RadioCalusa.com. Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared to be entertained. It's time for What's in That Yeti.
This is a place for crazy people.
With Danielle, Melissa, and Lloyd.
It's groundbreaking.
And the pig and the punk and the silk.
Taking you shopping tomorrow, Mama.
Change the subject.
Why?
Let's gather around, fill those Yetis up, and let's have a good time.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello, welcome back. It's been another long month. It's me and Danielle here tonight. Melissa is taking the night off. She decided to, float in her backyard pool?
Yeah.
Something like that?
She's pulling a Lloyd and she's going on vacation.
Oh, she's going on vacation. I wonder if she's wearing a Speedo.
I don't know. I don't know. She lost a lot of weight. I bet she'd go topless.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. She'd probably feel real confident in that. Oh, and we have Don here.
Yes, we have Don Parsons.
Woohoo!
He's the Veterans Services Officer for the county, and also he's a Veterans Services volunteer and all that other stuff.
He's a Williams City Councilman.
What else are you, Don?
And he's a grandpa.
I'm a grandpa.
Grandpa? Oh, how were the grandkids?
It was great.
Yeah.
Much needed rest and relaxation last week.
Oh, cool. So they came and visited?
No, I went and visited. I went down to Southern California where it's cooler.
I know. Isn't that sad when Southern California is cool?
Oh, I know.
It was nice.
I have a friend who lives in Colorado, and they were getting rain when we had 110 degrees. And I'm like, why can I not live in Colorado right now?
Yeah. It's been bad. We really need that rain.
Yes, we
really,
do.
really do.
Yeah,
everything is just miserable out there.
My younger daughter was in Chico and saying, it's 110 or whatever here. And I says, it's a miserable 98 in your sister's backyard.
Oh, my gosh. So when you start to take perspective on how hot things is, I always hate it when people complain when it's 98 degrees outside. Oh, it's hot. And it's like, oh, it can get hotter.
Oh, it's been hotter
it's
here.
Like, just stop complaining.
117 that one day.
Oh,
it got to 117 degrees. And then somebody was saying it was like 130 in Death Valley.
Yes. Yeah. They reached the 130 mark.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Because I think I saw that when we were down there on the news as far as the second hottest day, and it had the potential to. I
think it was the hottest day in the United States.
Oh my God.
In most times it is, but at the same time, it was going to be the second highest ever recorded temperature in Death Valley.
That's just miserable.
So, or in the world, I should say.
Well, and I mean, come on, it is named Death Valley for a reason.
Yeah, it just sounds miserable. So what have you guys been up to? How was your 4th? Did everybody enjoy themselves?
I think I did. I talked a little bit about it last week, but I gave my dog a bath, much needed, and shaved her. She has a few bald spots on her, but only one of them is from me. So
you got a pet of the week here, Mr.
Oh, yes.
Lee.
Yeah, the pet of the week.
Yeah.
Did you read that story that he was actually with? It was dropped off in Leesville with his pups and the mom, and he actually stayed and guarded the dogs till animal control showed up. So he was like being a stand-up dad.
Oh, I love him. Somebody go get Lee. He
I
looks
tell
like
you,
he
I
needs like
would.
a freedom burger. Yes. Oh my God.
My dog would hate me.
Oh,
I say that every time.
So amazing that he did that. Look at him. He's like, yeah, I'm a good guy.
And then he said here that he loves car rides, loves to give hugs to everyone he meets. He loves to give hugs. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Go
we need to make sure that he gets a home.
And the poor guy needs to be neutered, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently he likes to be busy. Hey, but he takes care of his children.
He takes care of his children.
See, so that should be a reward. So maybe leave him on. He's one of those good dads.
He's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
We have a few things coming up in the community, and one of those is the Veterans Picnic. It's that time of the year. So, Dawn, why don't we get into talking about that?
Yeah.
Since you're here, what is your position for the Veterans Picnic?
Well, besides being the Veterans Service Officer for the county, I'm also a board member of the park as far as the Veterans park and tribute wall, and then also with barbecue committee. That's one of my additional things that I do. The picnic has been around for many, many years.
It's a great event.
It is a fantastic event, and it brings veterans and their families, and then also non-veterans as far as community members together. And it's a great day. It's been very, very successful. We tried to do it last year, but unfortunately that didn't happen. We were going to have it. We were going to have it with takeaways.
Yeah.
But things started to ramp up and everything, and we collectively as a group made a decision that we had to cancel it.
Usually you guys have a restaurant help you out with this, don't you?
Yeah, Rocco's has been very, very gracious and helpful as far as catering the event for us, providing some delicious food.
Yes.
I've only heard people complain one time, I want to say, as far as this food that's been served, and that was some of the more elder, not only veterans, but some of the guests. As far as the coleslaw was a little spicy, but, I enjoyed it.
Coleslaw has, everybody has their different types. Some people like it more mustardy, some like it wet, some like it dry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one for KFC's coleslaw. That's like...
Rocco's does a fantastic job, gets it out there. There's plenty to go around, and sometimes there's always leftover beans, I think, but... I've never known any, as far as the meats, to be left over.
You need to hire an air band, so that way you give them beans and then play a few tunes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So for $15, you guys could get pulled pork, sausage, or chicken lunch, and it comes with beans, chips, coleslaw, and a drink. And there's raffle opportunities there. They're also going to be selling tickets for the motorcycle, I believe, right? You guys are going to have a motorcycle raffle in November that you're also going to be selling tickets for there.
But to add, as far as each dinner, there's raffle prizes there that are donated by various vendors and individuals throughout the community, and that helps with our fundraising. There's also, I think this year we have at least 2 door prizes that your dinner ticket goes towards the door prize.
That's amazing.
In the past, it's been Traeger Grill.
Yeah.
That always seems to be nice.
Yeah, everybody loves a Traeger.
There's, as far as some of the raffle prizes that we have, there's firearms, which a lot of folks like.
Yep.
We have a card draw for, I believe it's a 9mm, I think, this year, as far as a pistol. So those are limited to 52 individuals. But the classic, which everybody wants to win, is we have a Henry that's engraved as far as both the American Legion and also the VFW benefits from the picnic. And it has both posts engraved on the stock of the weapon.
Cool. That's beautiful.
And it's a very nice, if anybody's seen a Henry, very, very nice American-made crafted firearm. Most people I know that have won them have never even fired it. They go up and
put it
hang it up on the wall.
Keep it on display. In fact, I was talking to one of the local veterans, and I think he won the first rifle ever.
Oh, wow.
And he still has it, and to this day, he still hasn't fired it.
Well, that's kind of nice.
And everything. So
little trophy piece.
But then you were mentioning the motorcycle. The idea was brought up to the veterans a few months ago.
And you could win a Harley Davidson motorcycle that was donated in memory of Steve Corbin.
Yeah. Steve Corbin was a Williams resident, Navy veteran, very, very proud of his motorcycle.
Aww.
And his widow decided that she wanted to donate it to the veterans of Colusa, and he specifically wanted it for anything to do with the park, because Steve loved Veterans Memorial Park as far as what it was and what it has become.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with the walls and everything.
And everything.
It's beautiful.
And Steve rode many rides with the American Legion Freedom Riders as far as riding along as far as services for fallen veterans. I've been told that any time that he took his motorcycle out and entered in a contest, he always took first place.
Yay!
Oh, easily.
And it says that there's only 400 tickets that are going to be sold.
We'll be only selling 400 tickets, so your odds are, pretty darn good. They're $100 a piece. The bike will be on display on Saturday the 31st during the barbecue.
Yay!
And so people can come out and see it and take a look at it. There's a lot of interest in the bike. There are tickets still remaining available, but I'm pretty sure that after the event on the 31st,
be very limited.
If someone's holding out for, a buddy that can't get them the $100 or something like that, that there'll be probably few remaining tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know one individual has sold close to the 100 tickets that he got.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So that leaves,
Yeah.
and I've
300 tickets left.
I've sold 25 myself. So
It's getting down. It's getting down.
It's going down.
So then you got a couple other people probably sold 20. So
yeah,
ooh.
I'm gonna have a booth at the park as well. For Reefs Across America.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to come and purchase some of your reefs for December, and come and get that ahead of time, you can come and see me. I'll have my little table with my whoopee on it that Dawn gave me, and
you have to explain what your whoopee is.
Oh, a whoopee is a military poncho blanket type thing, and it's called a whoopee because you will be cold without it.
Oh, okay.
Better known as a poncho liner.
Yeah. I love them. They're the coolest things, and they keep you warm or cold depending on whatever you want, and they're so light and easy to take with you anywhere.
So with the Veterans Day picnic, what do the funds go towards?
Oh, they go towards everything. These people have helped me so many different times. So because I work at the cemetery, and we had probably it was like 200 veteran stones that were just right on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And so I went to the veterans and I told them, hey, I want to start a project so that we can get each one of these in a cement encasing with a floral vase. So if their families want to come and see them, this is there for them. And they had one of their concerts their picnics in the park, came back and donated the money for me to put all of those headstones.
Wow.
Yeah. Every single one of them.
That's amazing.
And then like my flags for Veterans Day, and I put them out 3 times a year: Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and Reefs Across America Day.
Okay.
And
they
when
were.
a veteran is laid to rest in your cemetery.
What was that?
And when a veteran's laid to rest in your...
Yes. And then when those are the little flags I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But so last year they got put away damp. And then when I went to go and get them out this year,
they're all molded.
All of them were just deteriorating, molding. Yeah. It was horrible. Thank goodness for these guys, because I called them, told them what was going on. Boom. Had 400 flags delivered right away. I mean, anytime that I go to them and ask them for anything, they're right there. And then what he was talking about is I made an avenue of flags. So every time I bury a veteran in my cemetery, I make it a really big deal to have a lot of flags lining the front of the cemetery. So when the family comes in, that's like our way of saying thank you to that veteran.
And give me goosebumps there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But we have a really good relationship with them. But they do multiple other things. What else have you guys done around the community? Because that was just my little thing.
Yeah.
I had multiple things as far as a veteran, whether it be the VFW or American Legion, may get a phone call and say, hey, my dad, my neighbor needs a lift chair. Okay. So we went out and purchased a lift chair for the individual and took it and delivered it and got it inside the house.
Oh, wow.
They'll build ramps for them and stuff so that they can have like access, maneuver around. I have one veteran that they helped get a chair that actually rides his chair all the way out to the cemetery. And he never had that mobility before.
That's cool.
So it's like, it's nice that they're able to, yeah.
I mean, it's small things. I mean, it could be gas to get you down the road or something like that. I mean,
and they help them to get to all of their doctor's appointments.
I was going to say doctor's appointments and and
doctor's appointments or we still do. And I don't know where that money's at right now. I want to be, it's one with the local churches, but fund and have a kitty there as far as $300. So if a homeless veteran needs to be housed, they have that money ability to put them up in the hotel and so forth. So there's a lot of things that we do unbeknown to the community.
Yeah, sounds like it. And
a lot of that stuff, too, you don't want everybody to know your business. So they can go to this organization in confidence and privacy and be like, hey, I need help.
Yeah, most definitely.
And they're there for you.
Well, and most veterans are very proud individuals, and asking for help is one of the biggest difficulties for a lot of them. And having that opportunity for an organization to help and who can just actually, oh, you need a chair? Boom, go out and get it. That's quite frankly amazing, because most places are like, okay, well, we can only fund 25% of it. So here you go. And some of these people's, that could be life-changing for some of the stuff.
And you bring up a good point, because a lot of times it's not the veteran, but it may be a neighbor or something like that.
That will come and tell you.
Yeah. Or, get a phone call. I mean, I get phone calls all the time. And out in College City, veteran out there in a wheelchair, and it's busted down and everything, and trying to get around on the dirt gravel roads.
Yeah.
And I made a few phone calls and found a nice scooter and loaded it up in the truck. And after I picked it up, got him outside, and I said, "Hey, I heard you need something." To this day, I still remember his smile.
Oh,
and everything. So, I mean,
that makes me so happy.
There's a lot of things that we do, and there's a lot of people out there that want to support veterans, and donate all kinds of stuff too. So that's even better.
So how can people donate, or what do you guys need for this event to help make it even more successful?
Well, I think the big success, especially everything that we as a community, not only the veteran community, but the County of Colusa have gone through here in the last 18 months or whatever, it is a time to get out and where we can safely, celebrate and have a good time and see who the veterans are. I mean, veterans are all kinds of people in our community. A lot of people don't go walk around and have, like, I'm going to put him on blast, but Bill Tanner, wearing his Marine Corps hat. I mean, but he stands out. Not everybody's that way. There's, a lot of people that never in a million years.
And when you go there, go and try and talk to these people. I mean, it is so neat, the stories that you get from them and how just kind they are. And I'm guaranteeing you're going to hear a couple nasty stories for one or the other. They're absolutely fabulous. And then, I mean, buy them lunch, buy one lunch, go and meet your veterans and encourage your younger veterans to go and join them because, they're getting up there and we need our new crew and they need to learn from the older ones so that they know our traditions and our ways.
I've attended the event a couple of times over the years, and some of my favorite moments is when the veterans are sitting down at a table and a group of young kids, or maybe their family has come up and then they're all sitting around a table telling all of their stories and stuff, and the kids are just
being around Kim Zepeda and her family. Yeah, if you ever get to go to like one of their Christmas dinners and stuff, I got to go with Jean one year, and Kim was there, and she had her uncles and everybody there, and oh my gosh, it was so neat to see how they razz her, and it's just cute. It's just adorable.
Yeah, you hear the different different.
Oh yeah, the different branches and how they hassle each other.
How they hassle. Well, he's a Navy person.
Everybody in the Marines thinks they're better than anybody else,
and they just sit there and razz each other. And it's a great place to see the community.
But that's camaraderie.
Yeah, camaraderie. Yeah. Thank you.
And as far as we razz, folks and everything like that. I mean, when I go out to Beale Air Force Base and do my TAP briefings, I razz them. And I says, well, I mean, which hotel did you guys stay in last week? Because, my brothers are out there sleeping in the desert and they don't have that luxury. So it's all in fun and jest.
Oh, yeah. No, most definitely.
Yeah. But
they all have some comebacks.
A lot of people that have no affiliation whatsoever or have any family members that have been in the military.
That is true.
Like, they don't know what's going on.
What the heck?
What, man, he was rude
are
to
they
him.
really mad at each other?
Yeah.
I know he could disrespect him like that.
What do they talk about Marines eating crayons and stuff? So, it's all in good fun. And the local VFW and American Legion, there's, a bunch of great guys that do give back a lot to the community.
Yes. And I do got to give a little shout out to Ron Simmons too, man. That guy is amazing. He comes out and he'll play taps at almost every veteran service I've had. Just an amazing man. And you could just call him and he'll be like, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And what I think is really cool about Simmons is that he actually plays.
Oh, yeah. It's not a recording.
Yeah. Because so many of them, people go and are like, wow, they did such a wonderful job. It's like, yeah, that actually just played the tune from the thing. And he is actually out there performing. I think only once have I ever seen in this county the playing one, and it didn't work that one time. At least 100%. But
yeah, Ron plays it, and then there's a guy out of Maxwell, Zach.
Oh yeah,
that also plays, and he plays on his grandfather's bugle.
From,
wow!
Beautiful.
That's how old this is. But those two are true 2-2 bugle players. When we do, you mentioned the pre-recorded, bugle.
It does happen.
We have one, and you don't realize how many people have come up and made comments that says, "Oh, that was a nice rendition of Tap's thank you very much. That was so good. And
And you're over there like,
whoever
you're
was
welcome.
you're welcome. So
Oh,
I didn't
man.
actually come to think of it. I think where the one that I saw actually wasn't in this county. I wanted to correct that. It was out at the mobile wall in Willows, I think,
it
at
was
the
probably
time.
in Willows.
Yeah, and it had and it was like the speaker was kind of broken, and it kind of, as it hit those high notes, and it was like, okay, that's a recording. But so I want to correct that. But anyhow,
that's why you have batteries and you test it ahead of time.
yes,
Yeah. And Rich Paletta is very, very good at that because he's the quartermaster more or less as far as getting things up and going for when we go out for funerals and so forth.
Richard is really awesome. He always comes a couple of days before certain like ceremonies and stuff like that and gets, what are we going to do this year? Gets the whole lay down of the land and everything. I mean, it's just so nice to work with all of them. Even the American Legion are just right there whenever you call them. Oh, and the Hold My Beer Flying Club, we can't forget about them. They always like, hey, we have a veteran or something, and you'll call them and they'll be like, yeah, we'll do a flyover.
Oh, that's cool.
Or we'll do this, and
cool.
It's just so nice to have a community that all chips in.
Yeah. And then with the VFW and
American
Legion, I'm pretty sure you guys are probably needing memberships too. So if there's any veterans that are locally here, get involved, become a member.
You don't have to attend every meeting. You can, be a member. There's a lot of, especially younger veterans. I highly encourage them to get involved. Younger veterans typically have small kids and so forth and busy. We have veterans like that. And certain times of the year, they're absent because they're doing
kids
coaching and football
school
and stuff like that. But be involved, be active, because it's also a great support group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for all of those kids and the activities that the kids are doing.
There's things that we go out and do as far as the community. But yeah, we're looking for new blood, as you want to say it, because the population of both posts are aging quite rapidly. Yeah. We do have some younger members in both posts. That's a good thing. And and there's more. And the VFW here in Colusa is a very, very active post.
It is. And we've lost a couple of guys in the past couple of years. Yeah. And it's just, really good people in the community. Gene Tanner, Dennis's dad.
Yeah, Vern Sanders.
We've had multiple different really awesome veterans that really help out in the community, and we need to put new ones in there.
Move on to the next generation.
Yeah.
Put some new heroes up on those pedestals.
Absolutely.
So a lot of younger veterans, they see, everything, Hollywood and stuff like that. And, there are VFW posts and American Legion posts where people sit around and drink beer and get drunk all the time. That's not the, inclusive folks. We do have a good time. Don't get me wrong.
They wait till their job's done.
But at the same time, we still have a mission out there to do as far as support as community. And obviously that comes out first.
So there might be some people listening to this who might live too far away, but still want to contribute in some way because they've lived in Colusa or have contacts or family here. How can they contribute to either the barbecue fund or to one of the organizations?
There's a couple of different things. They have the Veterans Tribute Wall. If you guys would like to get a hold of Bill Tanner or Chaz Franklin, you
Dennis
can do
Sanders,
that. Or Dennis Sanders, any VFW member.
Well, any veteran.
Yeah. They always need people to buy bricks for local veterans and stuff that are around here. Or if you just want to donate to the VFW or Reefs Across America.
Well, the other things too, there may be family members outside of Colusa County that may not even know about the tribute wall. And we're still taking orders and putting up bricks and people inquire about it.
So just to kind of summarize the tribute wall, it's there's 8 or 9 panels out there now.
There's 8 panels now.
Where they have bricks of veterans not only deceased, but also they can be living, of those who have served in the various different branches. And you can download the form, fill it out, and then turn it in, and then they will create the bricks and then put it in. And then there's usually a ceremony during Veterans Day.
Yeah, Veterans Day, the reading of the names, and we read every name that's on there. And or anybody that may have purchased a brick prior to
getting it made.
The certain cutoff.
Yeah, there's a certain cutoff.
Because unfortunately, they can't put in the brick, right the day before because it has to set and everything.
And typically, the end of August is when we cut off the brick orders to get it to the manufacturer down in Sacramento who makes the bricks, and then we get them back up here, and then it always seems about a week or two before Veterans Day we get them up, but. That's because of the weather and so forth.
And from my experience from hearing from people, that you guys are very communicative. So if they've received it afterwards, there's someone always contact. Hey, thank you so much.
They
this
still
is
say
after,
their name.
Yeah.
you know, and they'll say the name, but the brick may not be available just in case the person shows up.
Yeah.
But they try to make do. So don't think it's not going to ever happen. It will. Or that one year where they had a bunch of bricks left over or to place, but they didn't have a
wall to
put it in,
Yeah.
which is a good thing.
I mean, man, that thing took off quick. And it just, I mean, everybody loves it.
I remember when they first put it up and there was the 4 panels and they had the one full and there was one half, and I was like, oh man, this is going to take a couple of years. And
I
literally
thought
the next,
so too. It was like
the next year it was like, boom, they're all filled up. It was like, wow, this is cool.
And building more panels, and then the gates as far as the end of the park.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's nice. And then now we've added to the back of each remembrance of World War I, II, Korea, Vietnam, as far as the sculpture murals that are on there. Women of the military.
Yep.
Some of those have been donated by generous donations as far as from the community and companies.
They do have one VF woman in your VFW, Angela.
We have several women.
Okay, because I met
members.
Angela, and if you guys ever get the chance to go over to Rocco's and have her get you a drink, make sure you tip her big time for me.
Angela is a cool person.
She's really cool.
I worked with Angela back in yesteryear, and she was one of my favorite people to work with.
So just awesome.
Yeah.
Just, what do you want? I'll get
to
it.
the point,
Done.
and yep.
Yeah.
Not afraid to tell you how it is either.
I love that about
You want
people.
some advice? She'd be happy to give it to you.
And she's an Army vet, and she's airborne qualified.
It's pretty interesting how there are a lot of women veterans in this community who want nothing to do with it. They don't want to make even mention. And when we do find out, it's like, oh, you're a vet. Didn't even know that. And I think it's important to say that if you are a woman veteran, get involved with the VFW and the American Legion. I mean,
I'm always looking for active duty veterans for Reefs Across America. I need one from every branch. So if you have a veteran that is active duty that will be home around December 18th-ish, I think that's what it is. Yes. Yep. December 18th.
Third Saturday.
Please get a hold of me. I love when your family can see you in uniform and all of your friends and everybody. And it's just a really cool thing. I have the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts there, and then they get to look up to you. It's just really neat.
Well, the Veterans Picnic is on Saturday, July 31st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tickets or lunch is $15.
$15.
Get you ribs. What else?
Ribs, chicken, sausage,
chicken, pulled pork.
Get a good meal out there. Get a good. My mouth is salivating. I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I didn't have dinner yet.
But you won't go hungry. It benefits a great group of individuals, and there's some fantastic raffle prizes.
I mean, from years past, some people have gotten 4 brand new tires, a couple oil changes.
Don't forget to take your Yeti.
Some people have gotten Yeti stuff.
People want Yetis. Traeger grills.
There's been all kinds of stuff. Didn't know that was another event.
A long time ago.
There's been trips.
Has won a Traeger, I think.
There's been trips.
Trips. There's all kinds of stuff. There's it's a great place to buy some raffles. All the money goes to a great cause, our local veterans, and all the stuff that helps support them. So if you don't have anything going on Saturday, July 31st, get your tail out there.
Yeah, bring your cornhole table and your Yetis and come eat lunch.
That will be by far the best event in Calusa.
Oh, yeah.
By far in the month of July.
I will say so.
And it's always the last Saturday of July, and it just so happens that it's the 31st this year.
Ooh,
are they going to have any cars, like a car show or anything, or is it just going to be just having fun?
There'll probably be some hot rods out there, but
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, they'll show up in their cars.
There'll be one special bike out there. And, if you don't come out for that, just come out and see
the bike.
Steve's bike that he, was his love and joy. And
like Danielle said, if you're into cornhole and you have a cornhole, bring it out there. And
bring your cornhole.
Have
bring
some
your
fun.
Yetis,
bring your family out there.
A beach ball, whatever.
Because could you imagine if you bring
some
your
water
cornhole?
balloons, whatever. Go and throw it at a veteran.
Could you imagine if you bring out your cornhole stuff and then all of a sudden there's a big old tournament between the Navy and the Army? I mean, come on.
We could get branch warfare.
Seriously.
I kind of like this idea. I think me and you need to go and find a back page cornhole board.
Just get hold of Joe Bowers.
Yeah, let's just call Joe and be like, Joe, you better bring it because
bring some cornholes.
Me and Lloyd got some bets to make.
I think Haley, we might have a contact. I know Susan does. So
well, Joe's a VFW member, and so he's going to be there anyways.
Joe's the commander of the VFW now.
Yeah.
Oh,
it'll be a fantastic event.
Yeah, like you said, I think it's going to be the best event in July in Calusa.
Yeah, so come on down and help me get these guys competitive, and we'll talk some shit.
So I guess we'll move on to a couple other things before we have to wrap up the show. Also happening at that day is the Master Gardeners. If you're interested in tasting some tomatoes or tomatoes or whatever you want to pronounce it, they have a tomato tasting from 9 to 10. They have a variety of different tomato varieties. They have in their demonstration garden. It's a free event. Go out there, taste some tomatoes. They'll have some salsa, some other
tomato-based products.
Thank you very much, Danielle.
I'm helping you out today, Lloyd. I'm
losing my
helping you
mind.
out.
And so, you know what? Go to that in the morning because it's from 9 to 10. And then drive over to Calusa and have salsa with your ribs.
Or whatever you choose, your
chicken or whatever.
You know,
I mean, eat some tomatoes because I think they're going to have some stuff to give away there too.
Beans and all of that going on there too. And then I think that later on in the day, they're going to be having that taco thing.
Yeah. Why talk about that?
I don't know. They should have done it this weekend when they had the rodeo out there.
Exactly.
Coordinate.
You would think if you had a decent coordinator, they would know what the heck's going on.
Thousands of people are going to be coming to that because it is a huge event. Have you seen the flyer?
A massive rodeo. And they have bands and stuff, I believe.
I can't read Spanish, but from what I could get out of it, it looked like it was a tournament between California and Nevada.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're going to be bringing so many different members and or people into our community. Why not try and draw them into town a little bit more to get them to frequent our businesses? I know
I've been out there before with my neighbor kid as far as some rodeos out there, and that place is packed. I can only imagine they're drawing in the state of Nevada.
The last one that they had, it was a complete sold out event. 100% sold out. One of our neighbors here in our office building, she helps out and sells beer during that day. And I was working late and she came in about 2:00 in the morning as I was getting ready to leave. And she was like, oh my God, I've been out there working. So there's been so many people. She was, it was so much fun. And
that is so cool.
And it's like people are doing things and out there. But yeah, it would have been great if they would have coordinated it for this weekend when there was something.
Yeah, it's huge rodeo going on. Everybody else coming to town. It's going to be nice to give a little relief to Jackpot if they had some taco trucks sitting around, JoJo's can't carry everybody.
No, that's true. For this weekend, which is July 24th, the Pennies from Heaven event. So it's a community rummage sale, but everything is a penny.
Oh, how
and it's
beautiful
at the Grimes Church. So if anyone is in need of something, so if you know anybody who's down on their luck, they usually have abundance of gently used items. All the way from clothing to bedding. Sometimes they have furniture, they have appliances, books, all kinds of stuff. And like I said, everything is a penny. You can obviously donate more. And then everything that they raise helps go back to help the program for the church. I think it was also for some of the helping out with the needy. And, and if someone is down on their luck and doesn't have a penny to their name and needs something, they work something out and help get these people. And also, too, if you have some gently used items, it might be a little too late, but still you might be able to give the pastor there a call. His telephone number is 530-632-4592, and you can arrange for a drop-off or pickup of any of your gently used items.
Gotta love this community.
I see here that in the community briefs that unfortunately the Arbuckle pool is closed.
Due to the drought.
But we'll let the folks down in Arbuckle know that the
Williams pool is open.
Is now open, and it is beautiful. It was rehab
that's cool.
this spring. It is very, very
nice. I'm going to have to take my kids and check that out.
I don't understand why the Arbuckle pool is closed for the drought. We have to conserve water. Completely understand that. Wouldn't it make more sense to send people to your public pool
than to have
swim?
Everybody make their own
now
pools
everybody
in their
is
own
going to go to Walmart, buy their own pools, and fill it up with water there
in their own backyard.
And or God forbid, go down to one of the canals.
That too,
and
swim in the ditch.
And swim in the ditch.
I mean, I completely
maybe have an unfortunate
get it that the decision was out of their hands, but it was like it doesn't make sense.
It's not a good decision.
No, it was not. I'm sorry. I'm an Arbuckle resident. I think that was a little bit on the cuckoo suicide, and they maybe need to rethink that.
Also, inside of the paper, I was looking at some things, and I highly recommend everybody in the city of Colusa to please look at the budget that is going to be approved at their next meeting, or might be approved at their next meeting.
City of Colusa residents need to be really informed right now with things that are going on in their city. You guys need to start keeping track of some things. Looks like some fire departments and some police are going to be losing some budget money, and then it's going to be given over to recreation. Well, you can't have recreation without cops to supervise or firemen to make sure that your force doesn't catch on fire. So maybe that's not like the best place to take some money from. Just saying. 100%. I completely agree with you. And especially when you're having some of these large events, you do need police officers to make sure that, nothing mass casualty happens.
You're having these community events to bring in
outside people
from outside of the community that
you don't know what kind of stuff they're going to start. And
well, you don't know what kind of deadbeats may be coming into your city.
Well, if you ever walked around in Colusa at midnight.
It's just, I think that these are some...
Might not be a wise decision.
It needs to be looked at in my generation, where we're just coming up with kids and we're too busy, work and kids and everything like that. I highly recommend, please, if you stop and take a look at anything, look at that budget, please.
They're facing a $600,000 deficit, but yet they're planning these events and activities. And it's all for the greatness of the community. Look, we're doing this, we're doing that. Yay, yippee. And it's like, why can't our nonprofits, like the Veterans, like the Lions Club, like the Chamber of Commerce, any of these ones to be doing it instead of spending money on frivolous things? I mean, if think about your household budget. If you've lost your job or you're facing a huge debt because of whatever reason, you're not going to be going to Disneyland. You're not going to be having all these fun. You're going to be cutting back. You're going to try to make do.
I'm not going to hold a barbecue for everybody in my
your
neighborhood.
Exactly. And if you do, you're definitely going to want to say, hey, let's have a barbecue. Hey, how about you cook the hamburgers? You're going to coordinate it.
Yeah.
And, still have your fun, but you're not going to be the one getting out of your own pocket.
I don't want to point fingers at anybody or anything. I just noticed that some of the things in there is that I really respect Backing the Blue and everything around here. And I think that my son's bike was stolen last month out of our own backyard. And there's multiple other things that are missing around the community that get taken from people's houses. And I think that it's probably not such a good idea to
and
take
if
from
anyone
that
pays attention to any of the scanner pages and all those, pages on Facebook and whatnot, you see all the calls that you get all the time. And it's like, these aren't new positions. These are positions that need to be filled.
Yeah.
So you have a police department that has 5 people. Now they're cut down 2 positions. Now they're down to 3.
Yeah. And then along the fire department saying, okay, you want to have these events like fireworks and stuff, right? That's great. I love fireworks. Yeah. It's American. Woo-ha. Yes. Everything about it. Let's shoot the guns. Let's do this. But then if you're going to go burning the forest on fire, maybe it's not a good idea to be like, oh, you know what? You could have done that with one less fireman.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I'm just saying.
Which, by the way, the fire department is looking for volunteer firefighters here in Colusa. So if you're interested, go see the Colusa Fire Department.
That's not only Colusa. That's
all
countywide. That's any volunteer fire department is looking for.
I just
volunteers.
got a call today that I've been busy in and out of meetings and I haven't get back to it. But I got a call from Colusa Fire Department. They are definitely looking. So you'll see that next week's paper.
Being a fireman or woman is sexy. So yes, get more of those in the community.
And speaking of volunteers and everything, the Williams Volunteer Fire Association, the firemen over there, have a pre-smog 1974 Jeep.
Oh my gosh,
that's up for raffle.
Yeah, $50 a ticket.
$50 a ticket. The tickets will be drawn November 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want those, you can contact 530-473-2269.
And it's a nice Jeep, and it sits out in front of the Williams Fire Hall.
Yep, stop at the fire department there, and then occasionally you might see it around town. So there's been some people, some of the firefighters have been taking it out and trying to sell tickets out like the Burger King or one of the gas stations or whatnot. So
yeah, it's a great Jeep. It'd be a nice winning ticket for $50.
And the Williams Fire Department is actually a really cool place. They do a lot of stuff for the community too. I think that it was a couple of months ago they had like a drive-through kid day.
No, they had a drive-through as far as toy drive during COVID for Christmas.
So the recall election for Governor Newsom is on September 14th.
Oh my God! Did you see that commercial with what was his name? He had the bear. What was his name?
Cox.
Gary Cox. box.
He's all, yeah, I'm just going to walk around with a goddamn bear. That's all I need to do. That's the only balls I need to show. I tamed a bear. I'm like, yes.
But the best thing is that I saw here recently in reference to the recall is they tried to keep Larry Elder out, who's a talk show host down in L.A., conservative talk show host, and for whatever reason, they disqualified him. Well, guess what? The judge ruled that they have to put him on the ballot. So,
speaking of ballots, they are in need of poll workers for the county. So if you're interested in being a poll worker, yeah,
I used to work the polls. Me and Melissa,
shiny...
we worked the polls.
Oh, I know. I saw you guys working the polls.
We worked those polls.
Man, the county is looking for those poll workers.
Are they volunteers or are they paid
They are
positions?
not. They're paid positions. You can earn up to $125 stipend. And if you're bilingual, I've heard that it pays just a little bit more, but they are in need of both just regular poll workers or bilingual. So if you're interested, go to thecountyofcalusa.org/elections. There's going to be a form on there with all of the details and the requirements.
You can also go to the Hall of Records and they'll help you out.
Yeah,
right
you can head in
too.
there and they'll take care of it. I'm going to have Rose on one of the other podcasts to kind of talk about it as we get a little bit closer.
Yellow?
They definitely wanted to stress that you're going to work for about 15 hours.
Yeah.
And you'll have to sit and stand for a long time.
Take your lunch.
Because there's some people that will call in and they would love to volunteer, but unfortunately, some medical conditions won't allow them to stand or sit for long periods. And so they want to make sure that everybody knows that. So that way.
And you can't leave. You're there as you have to protect the ballots. That is your job that day. So when you go, you got to know that you are there from, and I think they're trying to extend the voter hours this year too, like an extra hour in the morning or something. So you'll be there for a long time.
From 6 a.m. to about 9 p.m. is what they're expecting.
Those are your working hours.
Those are your working hours.
But then you have to count the ballots after and everything.
And, they have other people that do that.
That's what I said.
Put them in the right bags and clean up and all that.
Usually somebody sticks around with the help out. Yeah. But if you're interested, they are in desperate need. And so if you got nothing better else to do, head on out to the polls to become a poll worker. Again, go to the County of Calusa. And also, like I said, in a couple of weeks, we'll have Rose on to talk about that.
And ballots going to be going out here pretty soon, too.
Very soon, yeah. Because I think, a lot of people are going to get ballots by mail. But I don't know. There's just something about turning it in person and going to the...
It is. And getting your sticker.
The only time that I've never voted at the polls was when I was overseas in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because, you're going to fly back and... and vote.
And
did they do that by mail, or did you didn't get a chance?
I was able to do that by mail, but it pissed me off that I couldn't be there seeing my ballot, going through the
machine.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it for this.
I don't really have anything going on other than it was killing me that I could not say the fuckas last. Oh my God.
You were on your best behavior.
To be on my best behavior. And I'm like, oh my God, I just want to say fuckas. And it's focus. But they shouldn't have spelt it like that if they didn't want me to say it.
Our winner absolutely loved it. She said that she's never won anything in any kind of raffle before. So this was the first time. And she said her dogs would love it. Her husband was really happy about the Yeti cooler and whatnot.
Awesome.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, this is cool. We can do this when we go shopping or go here. They were really happy. So
did we pick another thing that we're going to do yet? We're going to talk about that next time?
We'll talk about that next time when we get Melissa and we'll get something together.
Remember, as long as it's not for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough for them.
They smell like ketchup.
And they touch everything. I'm not into it.
On that note, thank you, Dawn, for coming in and talking about the Veterans BBQ and any other things that you guys got going on that you might want to mention before we wrap up the show.
No, if you know any veteran that's in need or whatever, reach out to one of the ones in the community, and it never fails. They'll get back to me. I got a phone call today from a veteran just moved into the county and has a service dog, legit service dog. Basically had a little complaint about a business owner, and I'll be addressing that tomorrow with that business owner, and things like that do come up. Get with one of the local vets because they know how to solve the issues.
Well, you get on that.
I'm going to. It's going to be fun.
We love the puppies. Yes, go yell at them about puppies.
All right. Thank you for listening. And if you can, come out to the Veterans Picnic on July 31st.
The best damn event in Calusa this month.
Yep. Bring your Yeti and your... what did we call that? The cornhole board, and let's get these guys competing.
Well, let's have fun.
Yeah.
I will be out there, and I'll make sure that Kent and Haley will be out there, and Danielle's going to be out there. So you have an opportunity to come and see us.
Yeah.
Tell us you saw us or heard us on the podcast. We need more fans.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you all later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Stay classy, Calusa.
God bless America.
Better back down, you're in my domain. Got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane, it's over before you know it. While you shaking, we're a dynasty in the making. We're the royalty, now we're breaking down the enemy. Move over for the soldiers. Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine, we live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory, for the glory. We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high. For the glory, we do it for the glory.
Thanks for listening. Like what we do? Share us on Facebook, Instagram, and tell all your friends to tune in. And don't forget to visit our website and show us some love at radiocalusa.com.